The opinions of our panelists do not necessarily reflect those of Bang Zoom Entertainment or Revision3.com. This episode of AnimeTV is brought to you by Netflix and GoDaddy.com.
Welcome to AnimeTV Episode 8, the greatest show in the world which reviews anime, manga, games, and Asian pop culture.
Today we have another episode of Bailey's Big in Japan, and we're going to be focusing on Genshiken 2, or the full title is Gendai Shikaku Bunka Kenkyu Kai 2.
How do you do that?
Lots of practice.
AnimeTV, go!
AnimeTV, go!
All right, everyone, it's HEMA time, which we all know means free time! That's right, we've said it so many times, it just means free time.
Well, you probably know our panelists very well by now. They're a group of anime fans who are going to tell you what they've been reading, watching, and playing. What have you been doing with your HEMA?
Oh, I'm supposed to be in the segment, so...
Go!
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Hurry,
go! All right, so what the heck is going on, Laura? Let's do this,
Newt,
HEMA.
newt, newt, newt.
Okay,
Newt, 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 newt. These are actually Inuyasha ears, but I thought they were cat ears. And so I bought them, and then I was like, look, they're cat ears. And I was like, no, those are dog ears. And I was like, no, they're cat ears. I've rewatched an anime that I love, and it's, I think, a very special gem of an anime that gets kind of overlooked, I think. And it's called 12 Kingdoms, and I just love it. A lot of people haven't seen it or haven't heard of it.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Oh, good. Okay.
I thumbs up that.
I thumbs up it a lot, and it's 45 episodes, but it didn't finish. It got kind of a berserk treatment where it got canceled and not enough people were watching it. But it's about a girl named Yoko who lives in modern day Japan. She has red hair, and it's kind of a Chinese mythology fantasy genre, if that's a genre. And she is summoned to be the queen of one of the kingdoms in this other world. And it's about her journey from going from being very insecure and very, doesn't want to do anything to draw attention to herself to being a queen. And her misadventures and all that in the other world. But it's beautifully drawn, gorgeous animation, really great characters with great backstories that you want to know a lot about. There are two issues that I have with the anime. The one is that it does move very slowly at times. And then the other is the terminology that you have to learn for this anime is crazy. There are literally lines that go, the Kirin caused a Shoraku, which brought him to Wa. But then what's his name?
It's heavy. You have to wiki everything. I wiki everything.
Okay.
And then he had to find the Taika and bring her to Mount Ho.
All right, well,
but
12
it's
Kingdoms.
Chinese.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely, you know,
really
my
good.
rating system, it's definitely worth a watch. It's sad, yes, that it doesn't finish, but it's worth a watch and certainly better than average, which is a lot more than I can say about a lot of animes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, very true.
All right, we'll just go down the line, Mile. What do you got?
Me? Well, Mile, those ears
I don't want
are
them to fall
cracking me
off.
up. The manga that I have was turned into a great anime.
This came out of nowhere. That came out of my ass.
Let me pull this out of Nicholas's ass.
I get that for you.
This is like a manga
There's not a lot
minute
of
with
room in there.
Mile. You know?
It is a manga minute,
a lot
which
of
is a
things
show that I'm on too. Well, my voice is on the show, I guess. It's called Hunter x Hunter. I think I've talked about it before. And
It's your favorite, right?
It is my favorite, yeah. And basically, it starts out with the main character Gon. His dad was told that his dad died a long time ago, and he never knew his family really. And then he finds out that his dad is actually a very famous hunter, one of the top 5 in the entire world. So he decides, you know what, I'm going to be a hunter. And he's like 12 or something like that. And he goes out into the world, and he meets, you know, some good people, some bad. And you can do anything from, I've talked about this before, you can find treasure, architecture, or you could be a ninja or anything, whatever your bliss is. Basically, it's all about following what you love. And they're right now in this storyline where a new race is being formed. Basically, they borrow DNA and parts from different animals and different types of people, and they're making this whole new race of kind of weird mutant animals that are cognitive in a sense, and so they're trying to fight this race, because you could see there's a lot of drawings. Yeah. But the thing is
brand new. That's why I was
it is brand new.
Like, the weird thing that you just don't even want on your book on the book.
Oh no! You keep this. It's funny because I just got this like a day or two ago, because I get the obligatory phone call from my bookstore who goes, "Yamamoto-san, your books are in Japanese, of course." And so I go pick them up and I'm like, "Thank you very much."
And then they say, "Chin Pokemon Cap, you can't wait to go."
You have really big penis.
I have a big penis.
This isn't the first one though, right?
No, this is not. This is number 27.
It's not a very good selling point to have an old geezer on your first cover. No, this is number 27.
No, this is number 27.
So read Hunter x Hunter. Read Hunter x Hunter.
Or you know what? Watch the anime, because the anime is excellent.
My adventures have taken me to Little Tokyo, and I was returning a game that I got. I was like, I already have this. Thank you for thinking of me. It was cool that you thought of me, because like my big gripe is that no one really knows me, and then when I get things, I'm like, yes, I really wanted that. So people actually start to get me things that I like, and I'm like, oh, that was a good try, but I already own that. So I was taking back this particular game, and I was like, how did this other game escape my clutches? So I looked up Dragon Quest. It's called Swords for the Wii. And I have to say that I hate it. What? But I like it. I hate it because it's super like kiddie and lame, and it's very physical. The attacks are like you have to raise your sword and swirl it around. I'm really good at the flaming sword one, of course, the flaming sword one. It tells you to shake your sword violently, and so I'm basically going like, oh yeah, I'm gonna power it up, and I'm so good at that. I think I spit everywhere too. That was great. Yeah, I get 100% on that every single time. It's shake your sword violently. I'm like, absolutely. So. That's probably fun. It's really obnoxious though, because there's this whole thing called Magnus Shield where it makes your shield gigantic, and
really?
And yeah, I know, right? I was like, but who wants a giant shield? I want a giant sword. Who doesn't? Anyway, so it just is. It's okay. I will play through it. I feel like I'm already like done with it, but I just can't get past the shake your sword violently part.
Yeah, and adjust the movements.
Yeah, and you really do, because if you just go like, like it won't do it. Like you actually have to. It's very precision. That's the one thing about the game is like you do have to chop and slash.
Yeah.
And there's no room for like you can't just sit on your sofa and be like, oh, yeah. You have to literally like be paying attention, and the shake your sword violently will wake you up.
I'm gonna be quick on this one because it really funny enough about returning a gift, because I got my dad Flag, the box set of Flag.
Oh. Nice.
For Christmas. So I take it to him. I'm like, here you go, Dad. You know, Merry Christmas. And he goes, oh, Flag. Yeah, son, I have that. And I went, oh, gosh,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he grabbed.
Wait, your dad is the one that introduced you to the
anime.
whole
Yeah, and I have his collection right now. I mean, I have all the VHS. I mean, it's stacks and stacks, and that's how I got into anime as a kid. I mean, my father, you know, made me watch everything, and I love it. That was my thing with him. Oh, yeah, we saw that too. Yeah, hentai.
We're getting a Field of Dreams story over here.
Yeah, I know, because my dad, and this is true, my dad was gone a lot. He's a military man, so he left me with a collection of anime, and that's sort of like was always my connection to my dad. And so, you know, now he like came back from Afghanistan, and you know, I got him Flag, which is like a documentary. It's sort of like a documentary. We follow this reporter into war, and it's like crazy, man, because like, you know, you follow her and there's war going on, and if you have like surround sound, it's the best, because like bullets would be like.
Directed by the wonderful Tony Oliver.
Yes,
by the way.
there you go.
Yes.
Tony, we love you.
We love you.
And so it's pretty awesome stuff. But anyway, I got him the box set of Flag, this documentary on war, and he has it, and he was like, he grabs his and he goes, Merry Christmas, son! And he gives me Flag, and I was like, so we both have Flag.
She always do more of that.
Yeah.
Give gifts I know people already have, and they give them back to me.
Exactly, right?
Oh, I didn't know you had that.
Oh, well, thank you.
I shouldn't have for myself.
My brother too just got married, so congratulations to my brother out there. You know, just married this couple
Your
days
life
ago.
is over.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, congratulations.
And we'll end on that. Man, what a HEMA segment that was.
That was wonderful. Why are you wearing that shirt again?
This is my hosting shirt. So I've got my Family Guy hosting shirt, and then I've got my review.
That sounds very tiresome.
It's not the same day, okay?
Okay.
The joke's over. It's not the same day.
Coming up next, Bailey's Big in Japan. She's going to be reviewing some anime titles that haven't been distributed in the US, but you might have seen them on BitTorrent. So come back.
Thanks to Netflix for sponsoring this episode of Anime TV. With Netflix, you can rent over 90,000 titles online, including lots of Blu-ray titles, with free shipping both ways to your home. They now have over 40 shipping centers, so almost all deliveries happen in just one business day. The Netflix plans start from $4.99. As a new member, you can get a no-risk 2-week free trial membership. Check it out at www.netflix.com/anime.
So our wonderful Bailey is in Japan right now teaching English, and I'm going to unofficially name this segment A Day in the Life of Bailey. Bailey, what's happening?
So today we're going to review Toaru Kagaku no Railgun, or A Certain Scientific Railgun. It started airing in October of 2009 in Japan, and right now they're airing the second season here. So for the plot, Misako and her junior high friends are students in Academy City, which is about 80% population of students. So basically these students have special abilities, Esper powers. Now Misako herself is a level 5 Esper, the highest level there can be. And her roommate, Shirai, is a level 4. She also works for this government branch called Judgment. They're basically like police officers. So together, Misako and Shirai have a lot of fun with their friends. Until one day they hear about this thing called Level Upper, the power to gain higher Esper powers, basically. At first it starts as something not really to worry about, but then things start happening and people are getting hurt. So Misako, Shirai, and their friends have to figure out who is behind this Level Upper chaos. So let's start with the characters in Toaru Kagaku no Railgun. Personally, I think all the characters in this series are really distinct. They're very individualized. The main girl, Misako, is very tomboyish, and I always love a tomboy kind of main girl. Her roommate is much more girly girl, but is still a really, really fun character. And there's a character named Saten-san who, among all of her friends, she has no Esper powers whatsoever, and I kind of really felt bad for her after a while. Everyone has these amazing, amazing abilities, and she unfortunately doesn't, which is part of the plot point of the show, the fact that she doesn't have these abilities. I think on character development, the show is awesome. You really feel for these characters, you really want to be involved with what's going on with them. It's also mainly an all-girl cast. Pretty much everyone in the show is a girl, except for one boy that comes in. Misako and him kind of mean flirt with each other. We haven't figured out if they're gonna get together or not yet, but he's actually a really fun character. He's funny, he's great, you want to see him in the show more, and he's kind of mysterious. You don't know what's gonna end up happening with him. I really like the technological upgrades this show has brought. Simple things like the crosswalks or the showers. So it's not really presented to you, but you just have to keep an eye out for it. Something else, make sure to keep watching past the credits of the show, I mean the end credits. There's actually another scene at the end that is kind of important to the show, especially in a few episodes where if you haven't seen that small, like 35-second scene, you don't know what's going on in the next episode. This show is actually a spin-off of a show called Toaru Majutsu no Index. Now I personally have not read that or seen it yet, so I don't know what's going on there, but this show alone makes me want to go see that one for sure. Okay, so my final score for Toaru Kagaku no Railgun is, I give it an 8 out of 10. It's pretty good. Definitely better than what I expected it to be, and it keeps your interest the whole time. If you want to let me know what you think about the show, please let me know by visiting us here, right there. Because I'm all by myself, I need to know what you think. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let me know, please. All right, I look forward to hearing from you.
Coming up next on AnimeTV, it's Genshiken 2. It's an anime show about anime fans. Can somebody new to the genre get into a show like Genshiken 2? Our panelists are going to tell you when we come back.
Web hosting from GoDaddy.com includes 99.9% uptime, 24/7 support, and free access to hosting connection. The place to install over 30 free applications sure to help you get the most from your hosting plan and website.
Genshiken 2 or Gendai Shikaku Bunka Kenkyukai 2
Do it again.
or
Do it again.
Gendai Shikaku Bunka Kenkyukai.
That's so cool.
It translates to the study of modern visual culture. It's a show about anime fans. They're trying to create their own joujinshi
or a sexy comic book.
Yeah, Japanese fan comics basically.
Yeah, Volume 3 of Genshiken 2 has just been released by Media Blasters.
So check out this clip.
Super excited about this one. It's Genshiken 2. I love this one. I love Genshiken. So I'm not going to start, though, because I'll save my wonderful opinions about this anime I love, but I'm going to toss it over to Nick.
I like Genshiken, the first one. I always recommended that if you were living with someone that was not an otaku, I don't profess to be an otaku, but I'm saying if you doesn't get it, that doesn't understand, buy them this in English, as painful as I think that the English is. They'll understand at least a little bit about your lifestyle or what you like. I'm not promoting that because watching them read in subtitles might be painful for them. So I'm trying to make it as easy transition to them to get us as possible. Buy Genshiken, the first series, for them.
We should, do a quick what Genshiken's all about. I mean,
and we should
seriously.
talk about that there is a season 1.
Yeah, there is a season 1.
And
so
you should
basically
watch
it's all
it.
about a club of otaku people. It's the study of visual modern arts. Anyway, it's a group of people, but they're all different types of otaku, which are it's at college.
It's a great slice of life of college too, because colleges are well known for having clubs, and you always join them as a freshman. And every time you go to school,
it's a big deal. Yeah.
It's a big deal. They have all these people who are trying to recruit you for the first week and a half.
Come to the porno club.
Yeah, and basically it's always like, we have these parties, we have this, and there's always like a sell to them, and so it's a slice of life of the club life too.
And they always seem that, and I don't know if this is to be true or not. This is a good question for you. Is they always seem like there's only one. I can only join one club. Which one shall it be? And it's this big like choice. And I'm like, shit. I was in college and I was in fraternity. I was did this and did that and did that and this and did a lot of things. And they all make it seem like it's like do or die. I'll only be in this club, or I will never be talked to ever again by anybody else.
It's kind of true. It's kind of true. The thing is that you do so many club activities that it's hard to be in different clubs.
But they didn't really do anything in this.
Well, this one, yeah. And the thing is that it's like by joining one club, your type of friends just solidifies right there. It's a weird kind of concept that happens.
Is Japan college.
There's a very mob mentality kind of thing that happens. So.
Anyway, so it is about that, and it's about these otaku in a group, and they all are different subgenres of otakuism. Is that even a word? I don't know, but I'm making that shit up. Yeah. But the point is that everyone's different. There's a cosplayer who's someone that dresses up in costumes. There's someone that likes video games. There's someone that likes to read. There's manga. There's someone that there's subgenres of that. For me, the second one was unnecessary. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one because the first one, second season, and you definitely have to watch the OVA because they introduced 2 of the characters, which are huge in the second season. They're huge. I mean, you have to watch the OVA to watch this, and that's my stamp on that. And I brought a prop along for them. The artist decides I don't know who draws that.
The big guy?
No, but I brought a prop along because they're always sweating, and they're always sweating. There's like episode 5 or 6. They go to the the Kami Fest, and I just wanted to put this over her face because she's like, I hope he's looking at my book. Sweat. I hope I'm looking at her. Sweat. She's looking at me. Sweat. Like, they're all sweating. That's my only one big gripe about it.
If you do go to, like, a convention, I mean, let's be honest. There's a lot of sweat going on.
Wait, no.
All over her face.
Wait. Let me touch on this. Conventions here are week T compared to the conventions that happen in Tokyo. Week T. I kid you not. It is scary. I wasn't even going to the convention in Odaiba, which is the place that they usually hold the really big, and there's only one, it's not even a train, it is a monorail that takes you out to Odaiba. And I remember I had to go to Odaiba when they were doing this convention, and it was scary.
They needed this.
No, it was like buckets of that. And if you're cute or something, that's great. Ooh, but it's just it literally was just like it was.
But anyway, back to the
anime.
It was scary, I was just saying that for me, the second part was unnecessary. It was kind of a downer. I don't like slice of life in general, and it is fun. The first one I could handle just because it was fun. And it was like, oh yeah, it's explaining us who we are. Give it as a gift to a friend that doesn't get you. But the second part was kind of a downer.
All right, Laura, hit me.
Oh, I love season 1. I think this anime is really special and very specific. It's kind of like The Office in that it's very natural, it's funny, it's quirky. I will say though that if you're in an American or I don't know, French or British or European, and you have had no exposure to any Japanese culture at all, you probably will not get a lot of what they talk about. You won't, a lot of references. Yeah, and you won't get a lot of the jokes, and you won't get a lot of the references.
Unless you watch the first series, because they tell you.
Yeah, the first season, definitely, we're talking about season 2, but watch season 1 before you watch season 2.
And the OVA in between. You
yeah,
have to watch the OVA.
Season 1 is really great, really special. Genshiken is one of the few animes where most of the characters look Asian.
Yeah.
And that was nice to see.
They are.
In most other animes, they're Japanese school kids, or they're Japanese people and they're speaking, but they're white. They're white people.
That was really
well, they have
slightly offensive. That's like a Miley Cyrus like doing her thing.
I was gonna say the only way you can directly tell in the contrast is because the foreign exchange students come and there's 2 white girls that show up in their club, and they are white, like they look like they come from a trailer park girls, and they're all like, hey, like almost like Britney Spears ended up like, hey, like I'm gonna get pregnant at 16, kind of a thing, even though they're in college.
I think Genshiken's very special, and if you are into all this stuff, this Japanese stuff, and you know about Japanese culture, and you like this stuff, you certainly will love this anime.
Well, I want to jump on this because I think for all the otaku out there, this is one you're gonna love because it's us. You know what I mean? It's who you are, and you get to really just sort of enjoy the slice of life of these characters that live in this world that you understand. And for those of you who aren't, you get to learn about it in season 1. But season 2, what I loved about it so much is they took the characters, which they just really introduced their personalities, and then in season 2, they got in depth with their personalities. Each character had to go through sort of life in a very simplistic way, getting a job, just being more confident, and all the simple things. So if you invest in them in season 1, season 2, you really get to experience it. Experience them growing up.
Getting a job.
Yeah. Or getting some. Like Tanaka, the character in episode 4, I love Tanaka, not so much season 1, season 2, because I don't know, he grows up a lot, and he gets it on with Ono. And if we can like get like a split shot of a picture of Keiji and Tanaka, they look like brothers. It's the craziest
they look
thing.
Similar. Yeah, they look
similar. They do.
Yeah, not like Keiji, he cut his hair, but like if you get like a picture even like in the opening of our show, like take Keiji and Tanaka, I swear, man. All right, guys, we got to wrap this thing up, but we got to hear from Mile first. Let's do this.
I almost got glazed over. That
no,
was fun.
I'm with it.
All right, the thing is, it was funny because I remember watching the first season because we did a live version of AnimeTV at Expo and we actually reviewed the show, and I loved it in Japanese. Loved it, loved it, loved it. And I think it was the first time that every single character, like, the voices fit. It was just perfectly done. It was like a little gem. And I remember ripping the American version to shreds.
Yeah.
And
you were like hell bent.
I was so mad at this thing.
On a wicked room, hell bent on
I
that.
remember because Johnny actually stepped in, was like, "Yo, whoa, let's calm down," because you know these are people we all work with, kind of thing. And the thing is that I think about it now. I think they truly just did not understand the characters because I only understand it. I feel like, and it makes sense to me in a certain way because I did live that kind of life and I knew people like them. And so to me, it was just like seeing your best friend, and then it was like body snatchers. You know, somebody came in and something else snatched your friend up and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be in Genshiken, and I'm like a cool character," and you're like, "Whoa, I don't know who you are," you know. And that was my thing. And so the second one rolled around, and I made it a point not to watch the English version because I
did. It's equal. It's the same.
equally bad.
It's
okay.
The same.
I didn't want to rip it to shreds because I do love the series, and I think it's great because. It is a slice of life. If you're not into that kind of thing, you know, let it go. But these characters, like you said, they just grow up and you get to see this slice of Japanese life that a lot of people don't understand, which is when you go into college, your 4th year, if you screw up your 4th year in getting into a job, an actual job, you screw up 10 years of your life. There's just, there are windows that are there. So once you go to college, you do your thing, you get into an office. If you don't like your job, I think you have until the age of 25 to try to reapply to another office.
It is that serious. Yeah. See, I didn't know that, but it was still it was okay to watch.
And so
from Mile a minute.
No, but the thing is that literally it's like I loved the way they were like trying to get both of these things together where they're like, we have to make this book, but we have to, you know, you have to think about your future. And so when people freak out in Japanese animes. You see it all the time when they're studying to get into
cram school.
Yeah, cram school.
Cram school.
These things are really serious for them because what happens is that if you screw up and you don't get to, like, let's say
they won't hire them a year later.
No, not
or something?
just no. There's no hiring outside. I mean, literally, what you have to do is you have to get what's called a part-time baito, and then you might be able to get, like, you would start from here, and then you might be able to work yourself into being a regular crew member. But what happens is that if you start out from college, you get to start right here. You get to you jump this whole section, and there's no way you can get up into that stratosphere. It's like it just stops for you. Your life just, in an essence, ends. It's such a weird, and so it's very, it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't end, obviously, but it really, really can screw up your life. So that's why if you see a character freak out and you're like, what the hell, it's just college or whatever.
Yeah, help them.
Yeah.
Everyone's sweating. Oh my gosh.
Japan sounds scary now.
Let's get to
But
final
yeah, no,
wrap-up
so I
here.
love it.
We've been talking on this a while, so final wrap-up, go down the line, Nick.
Watch the first one, watch the OVA, and then be done with it. That's mine.
You know what? Watch the first one. You'll probably love it. Japanese. Very important. Read the subtitles for once.
Japanese,
yes,
sorry.
Japanese.
Sorry.
Yeah, Japanese.
Sorry, American.
Yeah, watch the OVAs, and if you do want to keep watching these characters grow up, because some people hate it when the characters grow up, definitely watch it.
Yeah,
and you need to watch the first one anyways, because they introduce their own anime within an anime.
Yeah, that's
it's so
really cool.
awesome. Yeah,
It's cool.
and they actually made an anime out of that anime out of an anime. So.
But if you're gonna watch the second one, episode 5 is really funny with the
Oh, yeah.
Episode 5 is really funny. It's worthwhile.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that's my thing.
Yeah.
Great anime. Definitely season 1 is awesome. Watch it in Japanese. They look Asian.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Like me. Asian like me.
Yay!
I like to be Asian.
We totally melded together.
Yeah, and you. Oh my God. So anyway, guys, Genshiken, I love it. I think it's a wonderful slice of life anime. Watch the first one, definitely watch the second, watch the OVA, of course. And I agree with you guys. You got to watch this one in Japanese. And I'm sorry to all our English, actors out there, but you got to do this one in Japanese.
Yeah.
It's such a Japanese anime. It's so specific
It's
to
kind of like,
Japan.
wrong
It's not
to
an
not watch
it's
it.
not like a sci-fi anime that takes place on another world where anyone can identify with it. It's a Japanese story about Japanese people in Japan, and that's why the dub especially doesn't work, I don't think.
Must see for an otaku, and I think even for people trying to understand an otaku. Yes. And I want to thank Mile for all her information and knowledge.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Sorry. Thank you, Mile.
I'm glad I didn't go to college in Japan. I would have been screwed.
I saw English subbed.
Yeah?
Yeah, the voice actors for Misty and Pokemon does a voice for Ono. And they have a love scene, so that reason alone is to buy it.
Misty love scene.
I
You're
love
only
Rachel
gonna
Lilley.
see.
She's an amazing voice actress.
Pretty sweet stuff.
Yeah.
Next week we have Bacano.
Bacano.
Fan us on Facebook.
And follow us on Twitter. I'm Christina V.
I'm Jonathan Messa, filling in for Johnny Young Bosch.
AnimeTV,
go! It's Hema, everyone. Hema time.
time.
It sounds like a brand new dance. Dun, 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 Hema.
I think that Johnny actually did the cue time.
Did he really do that?
Yeah.
Welcome to Anime TV Episode 8.
I can't believe it's already episode 8.
Oh yeah, we're moving along
Time
here.
flies.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Bang Zoom.